Would you like use the binders of Dharma songs, or do we not need it?
Yeah, you might need it
Okay.
at the very end of the talk.
Okay, we'll go ahead and pass them out now and just.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
All right, welcome, Bobbie.
Thank you, Paul. And thanks to everybody who's here. I can see little tiny pictures of you. So the title of my talk is The Dharma of a Practice Song. So in the little songbook that June is passing out, there are a lot of practice songs. We call them that because they are a terrific way to practice the teachings. Sometimes you don't, well, I don't know anybody that remembers the whole sutra or something, but we can remember a song, and especially the ones that are that we've learned from Plum Blossom, or Plum Village, I should say, in the Thich Nhat Hanh tradition, because they're relatively simple, but they contain the poetry of Thich Nhat Hanh's writings, the creativity of the monastics and other people who have set some of those poems to music. And they also really have a powerful message that we can learn from when we pay attention. So tonight I will spend my time talking about breathing in, breathing out. And that's the one you might want to look up at some point, but I want to show you some pictures first and give you an opportunity to think about what these images mean and how they might apply to us as a practice. So let me start with sharing the pictures. I think you can probably see this all right.
Yeah, we see it fine.
And so unfortunately, it's not at the beginning. So I'm gonna, I thought I could just click back here, but it's gonna go through the whole thing. So you're gonna see all the pictures in advance, but I have to get back to the beginning. So I guess this is like a preview, huh?
Book is on page 5, so if you turn 2 pages and look on the right side, it can be breathing in, breathing out.
All right, let's try again. All right, these are the words to the song. Breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out. I am blooming as a flower. I am fresh as the dew. I'm solid as a mountain. I'm firm as the earth. I am free. And then breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out. I am water reflecting what is real, what is true. And I feel there is space deep inside of me. I am free, I am free, I am free. So I want to sing this song for you, but I have to warn you that my voice is kind of croaky today for some reason. So I'm not at all sure that it will sound very good. But just to give you an idea, I know you've heard us sing it in Sangha, but I want to sing it the way I learned it at a retreat in Magnolia Grove. Actually, long time ago. And there are many, many versions. If you go to YouTube and search for this song, Breathing In, Breathing Out, you'll get, I don't know, a dozen maybe. And all of them are a little bit different. people have kind of customized it for themselves. And so anyway, the way I learned it is the way I like to sing it naturally. So let me sing it for you now. And I don't know if you can see me. Is there a way to make me visible on the screen?
You're visible in the top corner.
Oh, okay, good, good. All right. So I'm going to do the motions because this sometimes help us to remember what the song is about and what the words are, you know, to prepare. So this is how it goes. Breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out. I am blooming as a flower. I am fresh as the dew. I am solid as a mountain. I am firm as the earth. I am free. Breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out. I am water reflecting what is real, what is true. And I feel there is space deep inside of me. I am free, I am free, I am free. So let's look at this a line at a time and just see what we can learn from the images and how they apply to us. The first part about breathing is something that we are very familiar with because we talk about it all the time in our sanghas. We talk about breath and how important it is to help us be present. Breath also gives us life. We take our first breath when we're born, and we take our last breath when we're ready to leave this physical experience. But throughout our lives, breath is constant, and it is always present, always present. That's the reason I think that so many of us use our breath when we're a little bit, as my mom would say, discombobulated, just to get centered again, just so that we are present. The breath is calming. If we can just spend a little bit of energy focusing on breath, we calm ourselves. I like this picture of Ty because it was taken after he had his stroke. And I think it's a wonderful reminder that even when you can't speak, he had limited movement, he could still breathe, and he could still enjoy life and the aroma of the lotus flower. Blooming as a flower, fresh as the dew. You know, many conditions have to be present in order for a flower to bloom. And about dew, most mornings when the conditions are right, there's a refreshing dew on the earth, little droplets of life-giving water. Flowers need a fertile soil. There need to be seeds initially. And once the seeds are planted in that fertile ground, they need sunshine and rain and other nutrients that are found in the soil. So what do we need in order to bloom? Well, we need openness and curiosity. We need a sangha. We need teachers. We need to recognize the seeds that are in our store consciousness and be sure to water the wholesome seeds, the ones that are beneficial to our growth, to our ability to bloom. and blossom. We also need the light of awareness, and we need to practice. The light of awareness is, well, in fact, Ty has a book called The Sun, My Heart. The sun is very, very important to flowers and to us. And so the light of awareness, which is a sunshine for our practice, is very important. Those are the things we need in order to bloom. The dew, I think, represents kind of unexpected pleasures that come along and strengthen you in your practice. I thought when I started to, actually, I did not know much about dew. I didn't know, I thought it formed every morning because of condensation on the earth, but it really doesn't form every morning. A lot depends on the dew point, which I'm not going to get into. You can learn about it on the Weather Channel if you like. But, but what I did learn is that it forms when conditions are sufficient, like there is enough moisture in the air that then kind of the earth begins to release the warmth in the evening, in the night, and the air absorbs it, brings it down as condensation to nurture the plants, the trees, the earth. And we need those kinds of unexpected pleasures, unexpected events, situations, relationships, all of that. That's what we need to help us blossom. Solid as a mountain, firm as the earth. The mountain that you see in this picture is from the Big Bend territory. It's from a trip, a vacation that we made down to Big Bend National Park. And also we went to Fort Davis. And this is not typically the kind of mountain we think about. I think most of us envision a snow-covered mountain, something like the Rockies or the Alps. But these mountains in Texas are very, very special. I really, really liked being in those mountains. The thing I like about mountains is that they don't resist the weather. Whatever happens, they just are there, solid. They stay true to their nature. I wrote mountains surrender to impermanence, but I don't know that mountains think. However, you know, storms come, lightning, hail, earthquakes, all of that. And the mountains just take it, they don't resist it, and they persevere. They're still mountains, even if they lose a little bit of their heft. But anyway, so if we want to be solid as a mountain, we need to be solid in our practice, which means not really giving in to the storms of life. We're able to face the storms, to learn how to manage, deal with, kind of be okay with what's happening, even though it's not pleasant, and know that it will pass. Know that it's not permanent. Everything is impermanent. So we need to be able to face the storms of life, even when we're blown off course a little bit. It's usually temporary, you know, even if it's what seems to be a really long time, in the space of a lifetime, is probably temporary. So another thing that we can do to stay solid as a mountain is to reach out for support. Solid in your practice means having a good communication, a good connection with a sangha, with your teachers, with your friends. And Sangha I'm using in the terms of a community, not just this community at the meditation center, but your relationships, your family, your friends, the people that know you, care about you, and will support you through those storms that may affect your equilibrium, so that you're not blown off course. Firm as the earth. When I first thought about this, I thought about just the earth is firm because we walk on it. We build things on it. We plant trees and flowers and vegetables and herbs. And you see a picture of walking meditation just beginning at Magnolia Grove Monastery. Walking on the earth, as Ty says, is a miracle. He said the miracle is not to walk on water. The miracle is to walk on the earth. So if we want to be firm, we need to be consistent, reliable. We need to be unwavering so that we have a firm foundation for our practice. And that, I think, is very, very important. This is what I took from these words. I am free. A lot of questions came to my mind. Free from what? Free to do what? What does it mean to be free? What does it feel like to be free? What does freedom look like? I'd really like to pause right now and invite you to just speak out. Let's start with the first question. Free from what? What would you say? Well, I had a list. Free from birth and death, free from fear, free from regret, doubt, and a few other things that bring up anything in your mind.
Cyclical thinking.
Say again, or somebody that Paul can repeat or something.
Free from the cyclical thinking thought loop.
Oh, yeah, that's good.
Free from shoulds.
Oh, yeah, from shoulds.
Free from suffering.
Yes. Yeah,
Free from,
I'm sorry, go ahead.
free from doubt.
That was on my list too.
Free from pettiness.
Yes. I also had on my list the three poisons. They have different names, but essentially they're greed, clinging, aversion, indifference. Those are the things that cause us to suffer. So if we can be free from that, that would be amazing. Let's just skip down to, you can think about these and maybe we'll come back to it at the end when we have a little more time to share. But think about what it feels like to be freed. For me, I feel a lot of freedom when I'm like out in the woods or at a beach, someplace deep in nature. I feel free. And it feels wonderful. So I would like one day to walk this labyrinth on some beach near the ocean. That looks like a great place to feel free. Okay, let's move on. We're back to breathing in, breathing out. This is the second verse. And here is Ty's calligraphy reminding us to be aware of our breath. Breathe, my dear. So let's just do that. Just take a minute or two to breathe. And be aware of your breath. Be aware that you are sharing your breath with everybody that's in the room with you. Now, in the second verse, there are some wonderful images for us to practice with. I am water reflecting what is real, what is true. I particularly liked this picture because the water is so still. It reflects the sunset, or maybe it's a sunrise. Can't really tell. You can see the shadows of the, whatever they are, rocks, pillars, leftover trees. But you can see shadows, and everything is so still. When I was at a retreat with the Houston Sangha in November 2016, we were sitting by a little lake and the wind was blowing. It was in November, it was very cold. And I was sitting there all bundled up, just looking at the water and thinking about this part of the song actually. And what was the water reflecting? It was reflecting trees and other things that surrounded the lake, but the reflections were distorted. They were kind of wiggly, and the water had little waves, tiny waves in it. And as I thought about that, this haiku came to my mind. Wind ruffles water, thoughts and notions ruffle mind. Return to stillness. That's exactly what happens when we lose that place of stillness, when the mind wants to take off on some other thought. But it's easy to get back to that stillness when we remember to breathe and to be aware of the breath. I also had an experience of water reflecting in exactly the way that this picture seems to be reflecting. And this was in Branson, Missouri, of all places. I was not there because I wanted to be there, but I was there because my mother wanted us to have a vacation there. And that part of it was lovely. And behind the condo where we were staying, there was a small lake. And so I went out one morning just to sit out there, found a good rock to sit on, and just sat and looked at the water. And it was very still. There were birds that flew over, and it looked as if they were flying in the water. The trees were reflected beautifully. And I understood this part of this song. I am water reflecting what is real, what is true. There was no distortion. There were no thoughts ruffling the mind. It was exactly what this line says. That one always comes back to me as a very strong reminder to let my mind, as much as I can, be still And I feel there is space deep inside of me. You know, a lot of times in meditations, we're encouraged to imagine the mind like the sky. This is a picture that I saw recently, taken someplace in space with the Earth against the Milky Way. I just really like that picture because it's a reminder to me, anyway, that our Earth is situated in what seems to be limitless space. Astronomers have tried to find the outer edges of the universe, or they just keep finding things farther and farther away. And our minds are vast like that too, because our minds are like the doorway into consciousness. And when we are open, when we allow ourselves to imagine that our minds are open and full and vast as the sky, then we can experience, even briefly, the infinite nature of consciousness, the infinite nature of possibilities that are available to us. I am free, I am free, I am free. A quote from Thich Nhat Hanh: letting go gives us freedom, and freedom is the only condition for happiness. Now I'm going to stop this share and see if I can share with you a YouTube video. It's just an instrumental, if I am lucky enough to find it. And so I was hoping that you might look at the words while you're listening to the music and really just contemplate the words and think about how these words might help you to deepen your practice. So let me see if I can be lucky enough to find that YouTube video. I don't know if I'm gonna find it. I don't know. Maybe I'll just send a link to it. So let's go back to well, you're looking at the words, so let's just look at the words and maybe you can sing it with me while you contemplate, while you think about it. All right? So here we go. Breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out. I am blooming as a flower. I am fresh as the dew. I am solid as a mountain. I am firm as the earth. I am free. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. I am water reflecting what is real, what is true. And I feel there is space inside of me. I am free, I am free, I am free. Thank you so much for being present today and your good listening. And let's have, I think we have plenty of time to share. So I invite, I invite Paul to take care of the sharing, and I'm happy to answer any questions or whatever. Thank you.